Sorry guys, the real answer as to why I'm vegan is that I'm super trendy and I need people to like me and be edgy. Alright guys, happy birthday to me. We're here celebrating my birthday at Season Fusion here in Saskatoon.
Season Fusion offer lots of Asian type vegan food. They also do non-vegan dishes, but honestly, both of their vegan food and non-vegan food are amazing. Super affordable price and huge quantity of the food. So if you're in Saskatoon, make sure you check it out. Highly recommend.
What we kind of wanted to talk about today a bit though was our own journey of becoming vegan and why we did it and what the story was behind it, really. Why don't you start, sweetie? What was your original?
I have been a vegan for a little bit over 2 years now. I started at 2019 in November. Started in 2018. I tried all kinds of diets. I tried keto diet. I tried low carb diet. I tried gluten-free diet. I tried 20-hour fasting, which is crazy. What I was doing was just trying to lose weight. I started gaining lots of weight and my face looks really puffy. I really don't like that. So long story short, Dr. Greger is basically the really important person that helped me start this journey.
He's the OG.
Since that night that Dr. Neil Barnard gave me that final little push, I just never go back.
Do you remember the day?
On the last day of November.
We're close to Christmas, that's a hard time.
Yeah, it is. It is. So at the beginning of my veganism journey, it's quite hard because obviously Liam wasn't a vegan at that time. I'm just doing it all for myself. None of my family members are vegan. I am cooking all the meals by myself and I'm just have to resist and eat at the same table with everyone else. Yeah. So that was quite hard. But I think at the beginning, what pushed me through is I really seen it as an experiment and I've seen benefits of it, so I want to keep it going.
I think a lot of people think of veganism as being like a culinary choice and what type of food that you're eating. But to be honest, after you get used to it, it's not really that big a deal. The bigger problem is more so the social issues it causes in your life where you're not eating the same thing as everyone.
Yeah. And
it's hard to go do normal social activities in a sense. That's probably one of the harder things to get over, and it's not particularly easy, but it's getting better and better as more, vegan food is available for people and more options are out there.
Liam has been very supportive along the journey, but at the beginning, he doesn't think that he can do it. So what about you? What is your final push?
I still don't think I can do it. No, I'm just kidding. Just to backtrack a bit, I remember when Kerry went vegan, the origins of my story really are that my dad is vegan and he's been vegetarian for a long, long time. And then he finally went vegan because more and more of the evidence is really indicating that dairy is not good. And he ate a lot of cheese, which, he had allergies as well. And I kind of wonder if that was caused by some of his eating cheese and dairy products. Mm-hmm. So as I was saying, my dad, he's been vegetarian for a very long time. And I always knew that it was healthy. He's always like the most fit and, I don't know, just like energetic 40, 50-year-old guy out of all the fathers that I know. He's the one that doesn't have like a beer belly. And so I always knew that was healthy. And so that's why I supported Kerry when she decided to go that route. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this vegan food, it is really delicious. I like the beans and I like the rice and I like the fresh food. But that when I get back from work and I'm really having that craving for fat, I really want to have like some fried beef, especially because Kerry's mom makes such delicious Chinese food. And but what really did it for me is that we were building the tiny house, and as many of you guys are aware who've seen my extremely popular video about me injuring my finger, is that I injured my middle finger on my right hand in a table saw accident very severely. And I've never had something quite like that where I had some sort of like grievous bodily damage that was so visible. Mm-hmm. And I got to see like my insides. It was disgusting and it was disfiguring and like a horror movie or something.
No.
At the end of that, when I was done and back from the ER, and I was thinking about like my life and what I wanted to live as, and also just how surreal it was to see your own insides. I really decided, I think that day, that I didn't want to eat any more meat in my life.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I'd be able to. I wasn't really thinking about forever necessarily, but I was just thinking that I don't want it anymore. I don't find it appetizing. It was kind of weird because when you see meat, especially the more natural it is, it's like a living creature that has been pulled apart and you're eating it, right? And so just to see myself in that was really, really different. And a lot of people wouldn't think of it that way, but that's the way that I thought of it when I saw it. And so it kind of made me just not want to eat it anymore. Wow,
Thank you.
looks so good.
Let me show the camera.
Yeah, show it.
I think now we can divert the focus into some lighter topic, just sharing what kind of benefits that we have seen inside our body and to our health in general after going vegan. I'll start with, for me, like I said at the beginning, I was trying to look for diets to lose weight to get rid of the puffiness of my face, and veganism really did it for me. The puffiness never go back. My skin become very clear. My mood has a really big change. Before going veganism, I think Liam can relate to that. I was not that emotionally stable.
Very
sometimes.
moody.
Well, yeah, quite moody sometimes.
Yeah.
But after going vegan, I found that big time.
That's the vegan wonton soup from Congo.
Wow.
That's the miso apple rice.
Looks so good. Okay, I'm gonna start eating while you talk.
Yeah. So for me, my mood had a big change after going veganism, especially I think after the 3-month mark for me. I really feel way calmer. I do not have those mood swings anymore. And I really like how calm I feel when I dealt with some stressful situations. I just feel like in general my life is way simpler.
You know what's another big thing for you, I think? Which is that being vegan, it's harder to find like food, and so it kind of forces you to cook more at home in a way.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really, really big positive for both of us.
That's a positive for eating part, not for cleaning.
Yeah, because always cooking food at home, rather than getting fast food, tends to be a healthy option.
Yeah. Yeah, Saskatoon has a quite small vegan community, so the vegan option is still, I think, quite limited.
Yeah, we're blessed to have the great options that we do have.
Here,
like season fusion.
That is the Shanghai noodle, guys.
Wow.
Looks delicious. Anyway, what else did my body change? I feel like I can connect to my body way easier. My brain is way more clear. I no longer have those brain fog after I eat food, and I feel really light after I have a full meal. That is something that I never expect, and I'm really enjoying it after going vegan. What about you?
For me, the interesting thing after I went vegan is that I instantly gained weight, and like a substantial amount of weight, like 5 to 7 pounds, to the point where my friends at work were noticing, like, Liam, you're the first person in history to go vegan and then gain weight. But in my defense, part of it was that I was having to do entirely sedentary work after my finger injury, and so for like 1.5 months, I wasn't allowed to do any physical work at all at my job, and I was laying down a lot at home. So take that. But I managed to lose the weight after, though, by also adding in like a little bit of like fasting, basically just like don't stop snacking all the time, Liam, which I'm prone to do. But anyway, aside from that, though, some notable changes. The biggest one for me is I feel like my mood has really balanced out. That's a hard one to describe, but I feel like when I used to eat meals, like Kerry says, for the several hours after you eat, especially like in the early afternoon and stuff like that, you just feel like really mental, kind of like almost really drained, but still mentally active, but you don't really get anything done. It's like a really weird kind of feeling. Another really interesting one that you'd mentioned while we were in the car, but I do want to mention myself, is that I feel very generally in tune with how I feel. So for example, there's a lot of, with just the change in the diet, another kind of odd thing is that everything that I feel has a lot of causality, like I say. Like it's like, oh, I worked a long, hard day, I feel tired now. I was outside in the cold, I feel tired. Or like, oh, I just had a coffee, I feel really like bright of mind and energetic and stuff like that. So just kind of simplifying the diet a bit really leaves a lot less guesswork to how you're feeling, and so generally that means that you can kind of start to avoid some of those things that don't make you feel so good. It's kind of, to make an odd comparison, when I work on my old cars, if everything is wrong on the car, it's really hard to figure out what is wrong because everything is wrong. In order to start diagnosing problems, you need to see what is actually working, and then you can start to isolate problems and be like, okay, we can fix that or something. So when you kind of have less problems in your life, it's easier to solve the remaining ones because they're easier to spot, kind of.
Yeah.
A lot of these are really odd benefits, and they don't really sound that interesting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they are nice though.
Season Fusion lately come out with the vegan dessert. I mean, they didn't have any vegan dessert in the past in their menu. And then they come out with this vegan dessert. We have tried the chocolate cheesecake a few days ago, and it was amazing. It was the best vegan cheesecake. It was just the best cheesecake I ever tasted, period. It's so smooth. It just melts right in your mouth. Today, we ordered this coconut mango pudding. So we're gonna give it a try.
The chocolate one put a high bar for us here, so I don't know if this one's gonna be able to beat it.
The mango tastes very fresh. It definitely tastes real fruit, not like, the fake syrup.
My turn.
I think the pudding is soy-based because I can taste the little grindiness of the soy.
That's very good.
Yeah, it tastes very good. It tastes very fresh and healthy.
This is what I like. I don't like really heavy desserts sometimes.
Right?
It's mine.
Yeah? It's so good.
Alright, thanks so much guys for joining us while we're here eating and celebrating my birthday. Now, when we're talking about veganism, we just want to emphasize to everyone that you should do what feels best for you and for your body and what makes you feel healthy and confident. Life is too short to live for what other people think you should be doing and what other people believe of you. You should do what feels best for you.
And always live your life to the fullest.
Always live your life to the fullest.
If you can only have one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Huh? Oh. I already know my answer.
Coffee.
That's not even food. It doesn't have any calorie. Are you sure you want to have coffee for the rest of your life?
French fries are pretty good. Lasagna, maybe? Baked spaghetti?
What one, Liam?
One of those would do, I think. Baked spaghetti, let's say. That's a good mix. And for drink, I would choose coffee.
For me, it's tofu. I can't just have tofu. But I want all kinds of tofu. I want soft tofu.
That's cheating.
I want... The question is, if you can only have one food, it's not like if you can only have one dish.
Be like, okay, I only want fruit. Fruit is like a genre of food, kind of like tofu.
No. I wonder if there's any tofu sponsorship.
Sponsored by Big Soy.